If you haven't noticed yet, I'm Korean. We usually get stereotyped as the perfect student that start off the school year with an unfair advantage. But actually for years, the opposite was true. I remember sitting in class, looking at my grades, and feeling this sinking sensation in my stomach. The fear that I just wasn't smart enough. And it wasn't until recently, when I was actually in South Korea, and I started looking at what students do there, that I realized that their secret isn't a gene. It's actually a system. It's a system that doesn't rely on hustle and being chained to your desk like we often believe Koreans and other Asians do. Instead, it's about creating a system around you that means success and getting good grades is inevitable. This is my exact 3-step process that you can use to reset, get ahead, and make this your best school year. You always have an opportunity to start clean, no matter what your grades were in the past. I know this because not only have I been able to help myself with this, but also plenty of other average everyday students who are out there becoming the best in their class and transforming themselves into academic beasts. If you also start applying it, you'll be well on your way to becoming a top student, all without being naturally smart and without having to study for hours. You see, my early school years were different. I went to a small primary school with just one teacher for every subject. There was no real curriculum, no homework even, no exams, and I was just floating. Then my parents pushed me to take the 11+, which is an exam that you can choose to take to kind of get into the selective secondary schools. And I managed to get a full scholarship into a prestigious secondary school, one of the top in the country. And I should have been thrilled, but actually I was terrified. My classmates from private primary schools were already familiar with the subjects that I'd never even heard of, like Latin, French, and proper sciences. It was all brand new to me. The feeling of being so far behind was actually just crushing. I spent countless hours and sleepless nights just trying to keep up, studying myself to near death, but the thing is, nothing actually works. I felt more burnt out and less motivated than ever. The worst part was the stereotype. As a Korean kid, everyone just assumed that I should be at the top. So every bad grade felt like not only was I failing myself, but that I was actually a fraud. And the fear that I wouldn't get into a good college, let alone a good uni, was very, very real. That was my breaking point. I decided to stop blaming myself for not being naturally smart, and instead I got obsessed with finding out what the top 1% of students actually do. I tried everything, all the traditional methods that everyone tells you to do, and when they failed, I started digging deeper, researching the real methodologies used in top schools and by students who seem to get amazing grades while still having a life. And slowly I pieced together a system not just for studying but for productivity, for managing my time, for building routines that made success automatic. And through my research, analysing what my friends back in Korea were doing, what actually worked, my friends were amazed, my parents were proud. And it wasn't even because I got suddenly smarter. It was because for the first time, I created an environment for myself where just failing was not possible anymore, and I was actually getting good grades consistently. And if you can start applying these methods, you'll be well on your way to becoming a top student, all without having to be naturally smart and without studying for hours. And so let's start with the first point, which is to build momentum early. For most average students, they treat the beginning of the school year, semester, or week as kind of a ease-in, like relaxing period, right? Not study too much, hand in assignments late, and generally spend the time much more relaxed. Some even intentionally miss the first few days of school thinking it won't matter, that they can just catch up as the year progresses. But top Asian students, on the other hand, they go all in and hit the ground running as soon as the year starts, establishing routines, studying like it's their final exams, and impressing their teachers. For them, the first few days of school are crucial for building momentum and getting a head start over everyone else. A lot of them even go to cram schools, which are private tutoring academies, where students put on additional hours of study on top of what they already spent in school. Luckily, you don't actually have to go that hardcore if you don't want to, but you do need to put in a little bit of effort and discipline to do it. And that means turning in every piece of homework and assignment on time, sitting near the front and actively participating in class during that first month. After school, try to dedicate out 20 to 30 minutes a day to do some light self-study using apps like Khan Academy or Quizlet flashcards. You can even do past papers from previous years. The goal right now is to start building early momentum without burning yourself out. For the best of the best Asian students, going all in during the first day of school actually isn't enough. They also think that preparation should come way before that, which is why they also like to do secret 2, which is to create your game plan and build the anti-failure shield. So you've hit the ground running, you're submitting every piece of assignment on time, and you're consistently reviewing flashcards like I told you to do. But the thing is, momentum fades, let's be real. So before school fully ramps up and exams start coming in and the pressure starts piling up, most average students walk into school like it's a blank page and just react to whatever's thrown at them. Top students, they walk in with a map. So here's what I want you to do. Firstly, I want you to write down your big academic goal. This could be top 5% in science, or A grades by Christmas, or even get the highest score in my class in the next exam. You want to make it bold, you want to make it specific, and you want to make it real. And then the next step 2, divide your school year into 6 mini seasons, and these are your checkpoints. Each one is a chance to recalibrate, to reflect, and build momentum again. So if your big goal is to get an 8 in maths, maybe half term 1, your goal should be to score 75% plus on every test. Half term 2 is to master the 3 most hardest topics, etc. It's like turning a huge boss battle into 6 manageable mini bosses to help you stay on track. And the third step is to draw a pentagon. Literally draw a 5-sided shape and label the corners: academics, health, habits, time, and mindset. Then score yourself right now from 1 to 10 on each one. It will show you where you're weakest right now, because just like in a game, your weakest stat is what gets you exposed in battle, right? And so now you know what you should be working on. And now you build your anti-failure shield. If I fail this year, what's most likely to be the reason why? Maybe it's your phone, maybe it's burnout, maybe it's the late night gaming. You know yourself best. But writing down each of these potential threats lets you plan ahead. If it's your sleep that's holding you back, no phone after 10 p.m. And this is exactly how the top Korean students move. They don't wait until they're overwhelmed to think about their problems. They anticipate them, they pre-fire them, they set goals, they put systems to catch themselves before they fall. And the best part is, once you've built your game plan, the third and final step becomes easy, because now you can lock in your routines and build a life where success becomes your default setting. If you're watching this far ahead, congratulations, because this is actually the real secret of most Asian students. They don't rely on willpower like a lot of us try to do to keep up with study sessions, because that's bound to fail. Instead, they create an environment where failure is just not a possibility. They make sure all of their routines and daily systems support and not distract them from studying. And they do these preparations weeks before the first day of school or any big exam. Most Western students don't do this. This is why a lot of them just hate the first day of school or the impending deadline of an exam. I mean, just imagine, you spend the entire summer carefree, hanging out, binge watching, gaming every night, sleeping in, and all of a sudden school starts and everything just changes overnight. Now you need to wake up and sleep earlier, and your body isn't used to that, which is why waking up for the first day is like a big slap to the face. You start the day feeling groggy and with low energy. And so smart Asian students know better, and they practice and lock in their routines weeks before school actually starts. They start sleeping and waking up to school hours so their bodies can fully transition from vacation to school. They also start building their school morning routines, and this applies during school as well. Most students here, especially in the West and in the UK where I am right now, when there's not an exam, we're all kind of chill. But when the exam's coming up, we suddenly have to make that huge transition, and that's why it feels so hard. And so you want to lock in your routines right now and make it consistent, and it's surprisingly easy to do. 5 days before any exam, you want to try sleeping your regular hours best as possible, or at least within 30 minutes of it, and try to wake up earlier as well. Then start planning and sticking to morning habits. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as drinking water, doing some light stretching, and reviewing your goals for 5 minutes. And you can achieve the same academic results as the elite Asian students by having the core kind of recurring theme that we talked about today. They're not smarter than you, they're not luckier than you, and they don't even necessarily work harder than you. If anything, they just plan ahead. They cram earlier, if you really want to put it like that, instead of relying on last minute vibes and cramming. But it depends on what steps you take right now. Now you know the 3-step framework: reflect, build momentum, and lock in your routines. But you and I both know, it's one thing to say I'll reflect on my study habits, but it's another to know exactly which habits are holding you back, what to replace them with, and how to actually do it. It's easy to say I'll build momentum, but what do you do that Tuesday afternoon when you have zero motivation and a pile of homework that you don't understand? That's why I actually created the Student Accelerator. And it's a study program that I've had running for a while now, but it contains all the tips, methods, and study hacks that I've developed and curated of how I personally went from failing most of my subjects to getting all 9s. And before you tell me that I've only managed to do this because I'm Korean, just check out these reviews. Countless others inside the Student Accelerator have achieved the same or even better results than me, and they're from all around the world. Like Joao, who got accepted into a prestigious school in Brazil, placing 5th compared to every student in his country. Or Louis, who passed the year with honours and countless medals. And then there's dozens of other students who keep getting A's and B's when they were once scoring D's. It's proof that you don't need to be smart or good genes to be at the top. You just need the right system. And inside the Student Accelerator, you get the entire collection of what has created me the results, which includes the Student Accelerator course, weekly coaching and live Q&As with me, the exam prep shortcut that I launched earlier this year, as well as recordings of expert lectures and special courses that I paid other professionals to make, such as the intern and college prep guide and the productivity course. Not to mention the paid revision sites that you get access for free, and so many more bonuses that you'll discover only once you're inside. Everything you need to make an academic comeback and become a top student, to make your parents proud, to get into that top school that you're aiming for, it's all possible. And the best part is you can get Student Accelerator, all of it, for an investment of less than what a couple of lessons with a private tutor would cost you, at least here in the UK. Whereas this gives you a lifetime of success in every subject, and for all ages if you're in the education system right now. And as of right now, because 2026 is about to begin, I'm running a new year discount. You'll be able to join not our usual $397, which is already a really good value, but actually at a 50% discount, which is our lowest ever price of only $197. And to be clear, the discount does not cancel out our money back guarantee, which is that if you aren't happy with the program in the first 30 days, send an email to me and I will send your entire investment back to you. No questions asked. This is not something that's going to last. I don't have a date on when it expires, but once it's gone, it's gone. There's no exceptions. So if you're considering joining the Student Accelerator, if you're finally ready to stop feeling like you're one step behind your peers, and you want to start this year with the confidence and tools ready to succeed, this is your chance. There's not been a better time. So click on the link below. You'll be taken to a page that explains everything, and there you can claim your discount while it's live. Whether you do or don't, just please don't let this be another year of I wish I had. Knowing that you need to make a change, but not actually doing anything. Remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you decide to make that change, then look, how much time will you waste? How many more frustrating study sessions or disappointing grades will you go through before things finally click? Or you can get the exact roadmap that's already helped myself and hundreds of students go from feeling overwhelmed and behind to getting the grades that they once dreamed about. The point is, if you're serious about getting better, I would love to have you as part of the Student Accelerator program, as a member of our club, alongside all of our other academic weapons that are in there right now. And if you think that's you, simply click the link below, and I'll see you on the other side.